This is a 2008 CVO Harley-Davidson Ultra Classic. I'm gonna tell you guys all about it and I can't wait, I'm super excited. Let's do it. Guys, the CVO Harley-Davidson is the top of the food chain when it comes to the Harley-Davidson family. In 2008, it was an extra $15,000 to step up to a CVO. And you get, not only do you get one of the coolest looking paint schemes ever, but you also get pretty much chrome everything. Chrome lowers, chrome clutch and brake master cylinders, chrome floorboards. You get chrome wheels, you get chrome lowers. These might be aftermarket, but it's got chrome highway pegs. You get chrome floorboards, you get chrome grips, you get chrome button stop and kill switch. You got chrome levers, chrome brake reservoirs, chrome clutch reservoirs. This whole thing, the center console's chrome passenger peg, chrome engine covers, chrome jug tops, rocker box covers is what they call them. And the list goes on and on and on. In fact, the list is so big, there's over 50 cosmetic upgrades on the CVO that you don't get on the regular Electro Glide. Now, like I said earlier, this bike was a $15,000 upgrade to get the CVO. Now you could say, well, that's pretty expensive. That's a lot of money for a lot of cosmetic stuff. But if you were gonna do all that work yourself, if you were gonna take a regular bike and turn it and make it look like a CVO bike, you would probably have over $25,000 just in upgrades in that bike. To take a normal bike and do a paint job like this, you'd probably have close to 10 grand in that paint job. And still, you wouldn't be able to replace body panels from Harley-Davidson if something broke. Now, a lot of people have the misconception that the CVO is just a vanity package. It's just cosmetic, it's a paint job, it's some extra chrome, not really worth it, but you'd be wrong. It's much more than a vanity package. The biggest addition on this motorcycle is right here, the big, giant Screamin Eagle engine. Now, in 2008, it normally came with a 103, but the CVO bikes in 2008 came with a 110. 110 cubic inches, but it ends up being 1,802 cc's. It's a giant, humongous engine. And this giant engine is linked to a 6-speed gearbox, which is connected to a belt, which takes the power from the engine down to the wheels. Now, this particular CVO Harley-Davidson only has 33,000 miles on it, which is actually pretty low miles for an 08. I've got the CVO counterpart to this. I've got a 2008 CVO Road King that I've got 99,000 miles on it. It still runs awesome, and I just got done putting a Trask turbocharger kit on it. So these engines and these bikes were made to last. I plan on doing at least another 100,000 miles on my bike if I ever get a chance to ride it that much. Now, one of the cool things about this bike, that it's got navigation on it. It uses turn-by-turn and arrows from the radio unit. See, like right there. Now it's got the discs. The discs are in the back, or I think you put them up here. It's actually pretty cool. I mean, honestly, no one's ever going to use it because you just mount your phone up here like I do. I mount my phone on my Rockform phone mount. Honestly, one of the best motorcycle phone mounts out there. That's the best way to do it. Guys, if you're interested in Rockform, go check them out at rockform.com. Promo code Srkcycles25 for 25% off your next order. I really do like these. Comes with a cool case. Super sleek looking mount. But to be honest, no one's gonna use the navigation. It is kind of cool though. You know, you might be in a pinch, you might need something. It might help you out. It's also equipped with steel braided lines. And one of the coolest features about these bikes is the brushed aluminum gauges. I think that looks awesome, but then also the inner fairing that's painted. Now on the non-CVO Harley-Davidsons, this will be like a flat black, and they fade a lot right here. So a painted surface can be waxed, it can be polished. It's much likely to last longer, but it looks so much cooler from the inside. And to be honest, this is what you're gonna see all the time when you're riding it. All right, guys, do the words of wisdom. 1 Corinthians 3:16. Do you not know that you are a temple of God and that the Spirit of God dwells in you? That is true. Now, these are the 507 gloves. These are the more the sport bike gloves in the M1 Moto glove line. These are actually the ones that we tested out. That's why it's got a little worn out, but I love these gloves. A lot of times you got a bike with apes and sometimes they're way too big. These are perfect. These are the most perfect sized apes. Whoever did this should be impressed, should be proud of themselves. And putting apes on a bike is not, it's not that cheap. It seems cheap, but you gotta take a lot of stuff apart. But this feels really good. So the first time I was introduced to the CVO bikes, wait, when was that? No, I don't know when I was first introduced to them, but the first one I got to ride was a 2014 CVO Road King, and it was awesome. At the big end, I don't know, something about it. I fell in love, and ever since then, I just loved the CVO bikes. So much that the guy I was working with before I was here at the shop, his name is Guy. He had an anniversary, 03 anniversary Ultra Classic, and I was like, Guy, come on, man, we got to get you an upgrade. So as soon as, I think it was an 08, as soon as an 08 CVO Ultra Classic, it was maybe it was 2010. It was the orange and black one, just awesome, awesome, awesome looking bike. I said, Guy, this is your new bike, and he was down with it. And then a couple years later, I got my chance to buy my own CVO bike, which was my CVO Road King, which is currently at the shop because my my map sensor went bad. So getting that thing done, and then I'm gonna go get that dyno tuned. I'm told I should be able to get that thing over 140 horsepower. That ain't bad. That ain't bad. That's like the equivalent of a mildly tuned GSXR 600, but hey, it's a big old Harley. I think what they were going for when they made these bikes was they were like, all right, we're gonna make the bike that everyone's trying to make their bikes into with all the chrome, and let's just make them buy it from us. Even though they're also buying all the chrome from Harley, why don't you just do it all at once? And if you're into it, I get it. Would I ever buy a brand new CVO bike? I don't think I'd buy a brand new anything. But when it comes down to the used ones, they really become a really, really, really good value. But for those guys that they need to buy, they like buying brand new, hey, that's more power to you. Maybe someday I'll know what that feels like. But until then, I can just imagine that it's 2008. So like I said earlier, I've seen a lot of 103s and 110s with much higher miles than this. I've not seen that many 110s with over 100,000 miles, just because you just don't see them that often. But they're out there. And you know that someone had 100,000 miles of awesome and a lot of fun. Now I'm not sure if this is true. Well, part of this is true, but the fact that these are chrome and not painted black, you know, you see on a lot of Harley-Davidsons where this the seal in the brake reservoir or the clutch reservoir, the seal kind of wears out and it'll start to, you know, seep through there. And then it starts to bubble the paint and stuff. It's kind of ugly looking. It's kind of obnoxious. You also, it's also, you know, once fluid starts coming out of there, you know, you kind of lose your braking pressure a little bit, where you can, when you're pulling your brakes, it's going down to your knuckles. It's nice having a chrome one, because that's not gonna happen. As far as I know, brake fluid will not peel chrome off. Let's go do a 0 to 60. Let's see what this thing can do. Shifting gears feels great. I was gonna go for it, but better not. There. This bike just wants to cruise at those higher speeds. When I took my 110 down south, and the highway speeds are a little bit faster, you know, where everyone's kind of cruising like 80, 90. I felt great doing it. And then occasionally you gotta pass somebody, and that, you know, I would do that. But ultimately, this is what these bikes are made for. Even though they do handle well, they are, you know what I mean? It's a big bike, but you can take them in the corners pretty well. But when it comes to just a big old bike just cruising down the highway, enjoying the view, it's hard not to love this. Now, if there's one modification that I would personally do to a bike like this, That's a backrest. It feels like it's got the mount for it. I don't think we have the backrest for it. I love a backrest on these big cruiser bikes. Give me that little lower back support. It just sets me up that I could ride all day long. Everything's looking good on this thing. Fuel, that we probably should put some fuel in there. Oil pressure looks awesome. Voltage looks great. Air temp pressure looks good. Guys, this is a great bike. This is for sale at Srkcycles.com. Check out the website. We got a lot of bikes on there. Getting new bikes in all the time, so feel free to, you know, check it frequently if you're looking for something. Guys, that wraps up this video. We will see you next time. Don't forget, it's not what you're riding, but where you're going.